And for the first part of this week's show, I am pleased to be joined by members of Colombianos Fronteros, Mr. Ziggy Pasos. Ziggy, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And Miss Juliana Diaz. Juliana, welcome.
Thank you very much.
And Miss Carolina Puma. Carolina, welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, if you can all talk a little bit about yourselves, first of all, and tell us what you do for the organization, and maybe we can start with you, Juliana.
I'm a recent member of the organization. About 6 months ago I joined. And
You're the rookie.
Yeah, I'm the rookie, so I'm here with my fellow members. I'm currently a member. I've become involved. I try to attend most of the meetings, and it's a pleasure to be part of such a...
Are you from Elizabeth?
I'm not from Elizabeth, but my office is in Elizabeth.
And you,
I have business here. I'm an attorney here in
Right.
Elizabeth, and so I wanted to get involved in the community.
Good for you.
And this is a great organization to be part of.
Mayor, I'm the fiscal. I'm the one who checks that things are going correct. But the main thing of our organization is that we have a lot of fun. My office is in Woodbridge. I work for AXA Advisors, but I live in Red Bank. But I spend most of my time in Elizabeth, as you can.
Because of our little Colombia
Colombian,
native
yes.
here, right?
Correct.
Good.
And it's very good to come to visit town most of the time.
Good. And Carolina.
I'm a member of Colombianos Sin Fronteras since we were formed about 3 years ago. And I am in the real estate business. I'm a mortgage sales manager. My office is in Newark. I was raised in Elizabeth, and most of my clients are from here. And that's why I decided to get involved with such a nice organization and to help them.
Good. And Ziggy, tell us a little bit about the organization itself. You were one of the people
Yes.
that started founding it.
We started 3 years ago, and that was because there was a major flood in Colombia. And Mary Days, which would be the owner of the Escalona, put us together, and we started this organization, and right now we have 35 members. Thank God that we have a lot of helpers, people to give us a hand with the different projects, because it requires a lot of help to move these activities that we do 3 or 4 times a year.
And Ziggy, the members, and how many, you have 35 members, and are they from all over?
Most of them are live in Elizabeth. Most of them are Colombians, but we have some members that are not Colombians. And one example is Carolina Puma, which is Ecuadorian.
She's Ecuadorian.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yeah, we
Oh,
are
okay.
Colombianos Sin Fronteras, which means without borders. Everybody's
Without borders.
welcome.
Without
I was
borders,
going
that's
to
what it
ask you,
means,
what
yes.
does it mean? It means Colombians without borders.
Yes.
Right.
Very good. And Juliana, you're a relatively new member of the organization.
Yes.
And what made you join? And what do you hope to get out of the organization?
Well, I heard about this organization through an invitation, and as soon as I went to the first meeting, I realized that this was an organization founded and we're members of the community who don't need any sort of monetary compensation, started volunteering their time to help people in need, which is something that I've always been interested in. And I said, what better place than Elizabeth?
And what made an Ecuadorian join the Colombians Without Borders?
The main goal to help the needed ones, and I have done this through other organizations for Ecuador, and why not help the Colombian community with experience that I have.
Good for you. And what kind of activities do you get involved in Carolina, and what are you planning activities-wise for this organization?
Well, through the year we have different activities to fundraise through parties, through raffles. But our main event is the festival, the Colombian Festival, and this year we will be celebrating the 200 years of independence of Colombia. In this festival, we bring the community our tradition, music, traditional food, and it's a pretty much a family event that we would like to invite the Elizabeth community not only to help and support us to continue raising funds for our goals, but also to support the economy of Elizabeth, since we will have businesses from around the area in the event.
And Ziggy, the organization was founded a few years ago, but the festival's not that old. And tell us, this festival is held behind the restaurant. This is not the one on Mars Avenue.
Correct. It's it used to be Escalona, now it's called Canela. But this is the 3rd year we're going to do it there. Mm-hmm. So the Mary Days was very nice when she sold the place to let us continue doing our events there, because it's a really nice place. It's control of the crowd because there's walls around, and the spot is perfect for our activities. We don't have huge amounts of people, but especially for the group of people that we have. And children, we feel secure because the children are not exposed to the street like that.
You still get a very good crowd, though. I mean,
Yes.
the times I've been there, it's usually very, very crowded during the day. And is it actually on Independence Day for Columbia this year, July 25th? Or
No.
no, when is
No,
the
it's-
Independence Day for Columbia? It's
it's
right
July
around there, though.
20th.
July 20th. Oh, okay, so it's a couple
we
days.
have to do it on a Sunday.
You have to do it on a Sunday, of course,
correct.
of course. And Carolina, what do you think the festival offers to other members of the Elizabeth community? You mentioned everyone's invited. What do you think?
Well, it would be nice to put the family together, to put the community together. Come and join us. There are games for the children. As I say, there is traditional food. Colombians will be delighted to meet other people there, and it's a family environment. We guarantee that it will be a nice event. And also for other communities to learn a little bit more about Colombian people and to learn about how united we are in Elizabeth.
Julian, I think that's an important point, is to learn about Colombian people. I mean, the first thing I learned is our press officer's Colombian, who you met before the show,
Yes.
but I also learned how to eat an empanada. So tell us about the Colombian community and the activities, and what can a person like me learn from the Colombian culture?
I mean, like Carolina said, it's very family oriented, and the conception is that Latinos, we like to party, but in a safe environment where the music, the beat gets you going, the food is good, it's nice out, and at the same time, I think what's most important is that I think it gives everybody a sense of giving back to something, especially when they know that this is an organization that's a nonprofit organization. So if they ask who's hosting it, we all try to make sure that we tell everyone that this is a nonprofit organization, and actually the food that they're paying for, the music that they're listening to, and the ticket that they pay to go in is all going for a good cause. So
It's free to get in, but it's a matter of whether they pay for food. Is that correct, or it's cost to get in?
it's very, very low cost to get in.
It's $5, and it's a donation for the organization.
Okay. And then if you want to purchase food after that, you can do that as well.
Absolutely.
Now, the expectations of this event, have you always raised money at this event, and do you always hope to reach that or exceed it? What are your goals this year?
We always want to go a little bit more. Every year after the event we meet and say, okay, we did this, how can we get to this other step? And we always look for get it better. What the people want, what we miss, and how can we help more people?
Now, what you talked about having activities for kids, are there any activities for the adults, or they just, stand around and talk and converse and solve all the world's problems, which is always important as well. We need to do that together as adults.
Yes, well, the music, I think, is the main attraction. We are also going to have a raffle. We're going to have a contest, a karaoke contest. So we are planning to have a lot of
Are
fun.
you going to sing, Ziggy?
Yes, I've seen, of course.
You are going to sing.
We're going to have some prize. We got some competition going on over there.
Okay.
We know who's going to compete.
Well, I'm not going to sing when I'm there.
Well, we're going to miss you. You're going to miss the opportunity to bring the
I'm going
first
to miss
prize.
the opportunity to
win the first
Yeah.
prize. Mayor, I want to tell you something quick, is that when we do help somebody, like she went to Ecuador to bring some money, some people went different, all the expenses are paid out of the pocket. So whatever goes is 100% given away. You don't spend any money.
Well, I want to thank the three of you for joining us on the show, and I wish you well, and I look forward to seeing you on July 25th, and I hope a lot of other people from the city stop by as well.
Thank you, Mayor.
So the
Thank you,
board
Mayor.
members and the associates have been working extremely hard to make this event successful. So if you want, bring your families, bring your children. Join us on July 25th between 12 and 8 p.m. at 265 North Broad Street in the rear parking lot of Canella's Restaurant. It's a great event celebrating with Colombian culture here in our city, and I want to thank Ziggy, Juliana, and Carolina for taking the time out of their schedule to join us. Please stay with us. There'll be more about another July event in the city of Elizabeth on the second half of Our City.